Well, my dad is stronger than your daddy. Well, my dad can beat up your dad. Oh yeah, well, my dad can pick up the whole world and knock it down. You know, my dad made all of this stuff. He created everything. He's the strongest in the whole world. You know, I don't know if kids do that anymore, but, you know, back in the day, that kind of playground, schoolyard talk, that junk talk was about, you know, just showing that not only is my dad strong, but he's my dad. That my dad is all of his power, all of his wisdom, his knowledge, everything that he has and how great he is for me because my dad loves me. And I read that today in today's readings here of Isaiah chapter 40 and in Matthew with Jesus here, that in Isaiah, the prophet, he's using his great charism, his gift of being a mouthpiece for the Lord and talking about the power and the might of God. Almost like, do you know who your daddy is? That he is, it says it right here, he is who can be like my equal, says the Holy One. Lift up your eyes on high and see who's created all these things. I did this, right? God is just reminding us of his power. And he says, not only can he lead great armies, but he knows each one of them by name. And that power of saying, you know, if we know who God is, why would we ask? Like to Jacob, why would you say, you know, my way is hidden from the Lord. God can't see and my way is disregarded by God. We would never falter in knowing that if we recognize the power of God, but also the love that he has for us. And I think that's what Jesus is saying too in Matthew when he talks about his yoke is easy and the burden is light. He's like the older brother who's speaking to the younger brothers and sisters saying, listen, do you know who dad is? I do. And I know the way. I know the truth. I know what's right. Just let me put my arm around you and show you that. Because the yoke in the agriculture is like the big oxen. There's always one who just knows the way. He's wiser. He's more stable. He's not distracted. And he can furrow in a straight line. But then there's always that young buck. And you got to teach the young buck from the old buck. So they put these big, heavy wooden yokes on with the metal clamps on. So wherever the big one went, the smaller one had to go. Even if they were distracted here or there, that yoke provides that direction, that stability, and that power. But Jesus says, my yoke is easy and my burden's light. And I almost see it like his arm around us. He puts his arm around us like the big brother and says, I got you. Just follow me. And I'll show you that this power of our Father is not just power abstract out anywhere else. He's the power of a daddy. And he wants to will our good for life and for love and for eternity. He will reveal the truth of who we are, of why we're here, and of what truly makes us happy. This Advent season, we don't just look forward to an event of Jesus becoming flesh. We look forward to the final coming, where we can enter into that full union with God as a Father, who's the creator of the universe, who desires more than we do, life and love and joy for us. So his yoke is easy, his burden is light, because that's his arm, his powerful right arm, leading us back to the daddy who really is the strongest in the universe.